Welcome back to JT on the Go. Today we are going to check out the Vatican City, which is home to the Sistine Chapel. The Vatican City is not part of Italy, but it sits in the middle of Rome and they speak their own language.
The closest metro stop to the Vatican City is Ottaviano, served by Rome Metro Line A. The station is a 10-minute walk from all entrances. The Vatican City is the world's smallest country, but probably the most visited per capita. We came in the summer, which is the best time to come to Italy. Millions of other people had the same idea. Here is what the tickets for the Vatican City look like. To hear what the leader of the tour group is saying, we all had earphones that go into our ears like this. We are part of a tour group that will take us into the Vatican and ultimately the Sistine Chapel. St. Peter's is also part of the Vatican. There is a different entrance that will take you to the cathedral's doorstep. For us, that's a different video. In this video, we will be touring the Vatican Museums. Both entrances to St. Peter's and the Vatican Museums are a 15-minute walk apart from each other. The reason why the summer is the best time to come to Italy is because it is clear with no cold and little rain. The Vatican Museums is also home to the Sistine Chapel. However, we are not allowed to record it. All the greens that we are seeing is the gardens of the Vatican. Now we're heading to the Pinecone Courtyard. This is it. This vast space sums up the Vatican's vast collection. A lot of the artifacts we will find are ancient ruins left from the Greeks and Romans. To this day, there are several ancient artifacts being discovered. The languages in the Vatican City are different. While they do have Italian, they also speak Latin. In the Pinecone Courtyard, you will find this gold ball that's moving. It is called the Arnaldo Pomodoro, a restored piece of artwork that you'll find in the Vatican. A lot of the hallways we'll be crossing through in the Vatican Museums have 11 miles of art that the popes have amassed over the years. The Vatican is its own separate country, not part of the European Union, NATO, and one of the very few countries that aren't part of the United Nations. This can give you a view of Rome. But if you want to see all of Rome 360 degrees, head to the top of St. Peter's. We're now in the Octagonal Courtyard. This statue is the Laocoon in the Octagonal Courtyard. It was carved from 4 blocks of marble pieced together. Italy's Polizia is not present in the Vatican. Instead, the Vatican has the Corps of Gendarmerie of Vatican City State, or the Vatican Gendarmes. This is the Vatican's police. The Octagonal Courtyard has a pond in the middle. People have thrown coins or euros in here to make a wish. If you looked close enough, the pond has tadpoles in it. If you think this looks like an old tub, you're wrong. It's an old coffin. Somebody was actually buried in there. There are a few on display here, and they all have different art carvings. Many artifacts that were recovered from the ground were abandoned for years. They put a fence around this marble floor to prevent people from stepping on it. The city of Rome and its buildings are very old. When Rome was building its metro, the constant discoveries of these ancient arts delayed its opening date for almost 20 years. This is why the metro can't take you everywhere in Rome. The city wanted to have a good metro like other European cities that can take people everywhere, but they can't. Line C on the metro actually hasn't finished construction yet. They are still making discoveries. Now we are heading into rooms that have both marble statues and paintings. It's best to cover this museum thoroughly if you're trying to ponder eternity. Several artifacts are fenced off. This one has something written in stone. The next room has a larger gold-decorated dome, with one of the statues being golden. Wow, they have larger tombs here. This independent state of the Vatican City came to be on February 11th, 1929. Rome was founded on April 21st, 753 BC. Tourism is big in Italy due to reference to art and history. The insides of the Vatican Museum do make it look like a palace. There are corridors that stretch it from the entrance to the Sistine Chapel. It is next door to St. Peter's. A lot of this art is in a dark setting. Some paintings you can't see. They still don't allow flash out here because light has impact on the paintings. These hallways are long. We're in a piece of the museum that have maps that show the Catholic Church years of dominance. Some statues of heads have scary faces on them so they can scare away evil spirits. The Vatican City itself is known to be the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church, and this is where the Pope can be found. These were maps of early Catholic cities. I am not sure if these maps are accurate. Back then, maps were not as accurate as they are today. This one is accurate because Rome sits on the Tiber River. The Tiber River is marked. Many European cities have rivers that flow through them. Europe is mostly flat and has several rivers that flow through it, so people said this is the best place to be, water to drink and water to grow crops. This is a map of all of Italy. The last thing we're seeing is the Sistine Chapel. It was painted by Michelangelo, who was a very famous artist in Italy. A lot of his work can be found in Florence, Italy. If you ride Spaceship Earth at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, the ride at one point shows you how Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel on his back. This is a corridor we had to pass to get to the chapel. Unfortunately, the room we're in right now is going under refurbishment. This is not the Sistine Chapel. If I had to describe it, it's just a room with paintings on every wall, even the ceiling. They guide pedestrian traffic in there because there's so many people, especially this time of year. Now we are in a series of rooms that celebrate pre-Christian philosophy. One of the paintings in here is the School of Athens painting created by Raphael. That's on the left. Raphael was a competitor to Michelangelo. Raphael created all the paintings in these rooms to compete with Michelangelo. Spectators have to get through Raphael's artwork to get to Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel. That's what the School of Athens painting looks like. I can't really see anything in here. By now we've passed the Sistine Chapel. Here is a hallway full of gold and silver things. The Vatican Museums are worth visiting if you visit Rome. There's a lot of ancient art kept here. We came full circle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos about things to see in Italy. This is JT on the Go signing off.